Jeremy Earnshaw was a very key player in the Youth Street skate teams. When he first told me he wanted to come on to staff, I was so excited because as a student coming on the skate teams when he was doing his school of evangelism, the crew had already fallen in love with him. Jeremy not only had a huge heart for young people and was always ready to listen to them, to talk to them, to show them new tricks, or to help me run the program, but Jeremy was always the one that I could rely on. And that's just the way he was. He was so relatable, so easy to talk to, and so incredible with the skate team. The boys have been greatly impacted by this week. I've had them calling my phone all morning, all night, and taking time off school and writing cards and putting stuff on their MySpace and Facebook because they loved Jeremy and they were really impacted by not just what's happened this week, but by the way he lived his life and by what he imparted into them. Jeremy was the kind of guy that not only said things about God, but he lived a life that honored God, and the crew loved that because he was real and because he made decisions that showed that he lived a life of conviction. And the guys are already looking into their Bibles at Philippians 1:21 and looking at that scripture verse that Jeremy lived by, and they're really challenged. It's on their MySpace, it's on their Facebook, and it's also something that I know that they've been talking about amongst themselves and graffitiing on their skateboards and putting in the front of their Bibles. On Saturday we had a special skate team program to celebrate what Jeremy had been and a part of with the skate teams, and the boys were calling me up during the week and wanting to contribute ideas, and most of all they really wanted to meet Daryl, Jeremy's dad. The guys really wanted to give him a card, give him a hug, hang out, talk about Jeremy, learn about where he's come from, and just really look at pictures of him when he was a kid. And so on Saturday we were at the skate park, and there was over 20 skaters sitting down on the couch just hanging and writing in a scrapbook that we were making for Jeremy's mum Ruth, and also writing on a skate deck that Newcastle skate shop had donated. When they heard the news, they called me up and said, what can we do? We want to donate t-shirts and skate decks for Jeremy because he was an awesome guy. Also, the boys on the skate park were not only on a part of our team, but they were also locals, and they were coming up and asking what had happened, and they were pretty amazed to realize that it was someone they knew and were familiar with.
From my interaction with the kids over at the skate park, I could just see that they really related to Jeremy and his kindness and his gentleness towards them, and so I hope that they will pick that up and just carry it forth in their life, and how they're kind to other people no matter what they look like or how they dress or how old they are or how young they are, and that they can just show people love like Jeremy showed people love, and just was being accepting of people and just loving on people.
A couple of the crew have come up to me and really spoke about the things that they loved about Jeremy, and what I really appreciate the most is that it's all to do with their walk with God and who they want to be when they grow up, and the kind of person they want to be in the playground at school or in their community or in their neighborhood and even at their home. And Jeremy always honored his parents. We heard about them all the time. He was a good friend. He was someone who loved God, whether it was on stage playing bass or whether it was in the crowd with the crew. And his lifestyle spoke volumes about who he was and who God was in his life. And I know that that's going to make a lasting impact on our young people, because what he modeled they're already copying, and I believe it's going to multiply when they become parents and they'll pass that down onto their children. I am convinced that Jeremy has made an impact that is going to be bearing fruit for generations to come.
Just